world, hello world, hello world. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Hello World with Joy. That's me. Yes, it is. That is definitely me. How is everyone doing? How was your day today? Mine was amazing. I cannot complain. I hope that you were definitely intrigued by today and a lot of different things were brought your way. Um, so yes, thank you for tuning in again. Thank you for joining me. So just remember a few things. Like, subscribe, share, and turn on your notification bells, guys. That way you know when I come on so you don't miss a day, a second, a minute, an hour of the live. Because usually when it's live, that's when it's amazing. Thank you all who are joining in the chat. Thank you for all the people who are watching that will be watching. It is greatly appreciated. I love it. I hope that you learned something and I hope that I learned something from you as well. So my day was pretty decent. I can't complain. Um, yeah, I definitely, uh, I definitely, I'm sorry, hold on one second. Sorry about that. Sometimes when you are doing something, you definitely get sidetracked. So come on, while I'm finishing up here, tell me, how was your day? Hmm? How was your day? Yes. How was your day? Mhm. Yes. Okay, sorry about that. Um, so yeah, today was amazing. Um, I went to church today. I hadn't been in a minute. Well, not too long. Um, and then after the church, my routine, I went to the gym. Oh, and today happens to be Palm Sunday. If any of you believe in Palm Sunday, it's basically the week when Jesus comes to Jerusalem, his hometown, for the very last time. And the town greets him with palms, and he's riding on a donkey. Now, an untamed donkey. So he's riding on an untamed donkey, and while he's riding down and doing the procession, there are people dropping palms from the tree on the ground. And then they're also dropping their cloaks, just as representing the honor of him and his work and his service to the world. The miracles that he has performed, the fact that he is a Messiah and he is the one who is here to save, and that is what Christianity believes, and that is what Palm Sunday is all about. So I actually had um, a good day in church, and it wasn't the talk wasn't even about his entrance. They just did a remembrance of Jesus and his sacrifice. And not only that, the sacrifice, but his entrance into the last week of his life. But they were talking about a book in Matthew. So it was a decent one. It was good. How we should be good to each other and care for each other. So I definitely enjoyed that. And then I sailed off to the gym after that. Um, ran into my friend and we had a good conversation in the parking lot. And then I ran into a few other people before I even got into the gym. So I didn't stay very long at the gym. It was just maybe an hour or so. Um, And then after that, I went to meet up with some other people and we had a good old time. We had an amazing time. So today was delightful. It was wonderful. Um, Even though it rained, I still enjoyed it. It was a wonderful day. So I can't complain about that. I'm so thankful that it was a wonderful day. And so today's topic is about legacy. What are you guys doing to leave a legacy? Do you have any idea what leaving a legacy is all about? Huh? Do you? Oh, before I get into that, let me tell you. So I took a nap, and when I woke up from my nap, the time was like 7:20. But I don't know about you guys, but has this ever happened where you wake up and have no recollection of what day it is? What part of 7 o'clock, is it morning or afternoon? um does anybody ever have that feeling, like just waking up so disoriented that you forget what day it actually is and what time it is and what it represents? I mean, that happens to me once in a blue moon. I wonder if that means that I had a peaceful or restful nap, whatever. You guys tell me, chime in on that. um I actually only slept for like less than an hour because I was really, really tired. When you work out, um, and, lifting weights and all of that other stuff, I think it drains you drains your body. So that's why I ended up taking a nap. So yeah. So what kind of legacy are you guys leaving for this beautiful world that we're living in? So far, are you proud of the legacy that you are leaving? Does having a legacy mean anything to you? Do you realize that regardless of whether you are alive or not, you are leaving a legacy as we speak? So it is very important to uh, monitor how you are behaving and the things that you're doing and saying, because this is what people will remember you by. So basically, that's what a legacy is about. It's about what people remember you most about, the impact that you leave in people's lives. So it's important to know what that impact is, and to know what that impact is just basically your everyday life, how your everyday life is. Okay, so for example, the legacy that I know that I'm leaving every day is the fact that when people see me, I smile, and that I'm genuinely trying to be a nice person. That is the legacy that I hope that I'm leaving with the majority of people. Now, there's always going to be some people who see something different than everyone else, which is fine because everybody's perception is different. And there's nothing wrong with that. We all have the ability to freely choose how we want to live and how we allow people to affect us and our perception of how people do. Maybe I rub some people the wrong way. That's very possible. I'm human. And I'm not always on cue, nice all the time. You know what I mean? Um, or the representative that I wish to be all the time. That's not true. Um, but generally speaking, the legacy that I'm leaving is just trying to be as pure and humble, loving, compassionate as possible. Compassionate with how I treat people, compassionate with how I allow things to affect me, and compassionate about just generally how I view the world. Oh, hey, Clem. So Clem says what he believes of leaving a legacy isn't one and a long workout. Oh, 1 hour, a long workout. Live a life of service and care for others, and I'm sure you will have a part in helping change others for the better. That's my contribution. Very true. An hour is not that long, no. Mm-mm. because in between, sometimes I'm at the gym for 3 hours or so. Now, when I'm at the gym for 3 hours, it's not always, working out consistently throughout the whole time. It's, I stop and talk to people. I may take a class. I may sit for a little bit and laugh, or I may do something. So that's where the hours go by. But yeah, I'll tell you what I did. I walked on the treadmill for like 5 minutes. Then I did the ab machine. Then I did the arm machine. Then I did the tricep machine. I just basically did everything twice. And I did 240 of each twice. So that's not a lot. And the weights that I did, it was between um, 60, between 90 and 60 pounds. So that's really not a lot of weight. Because usually you're supposed to be able to lift your body weight and more. So I wasn't even lifting my body weight. 60 pounds is nothing. Um, it's I would recommend using free weights if you can, because free weights tone up the other parts of your body a little bit more, while the machines are a little constricted and it's not really the true weight. So yeah, anyway, yes, I agree. Your legacy should be about helping others. Now, how do we get people to understand that that's the most important thing in life? At what point and what stage of the game where did all of the other external things come to play where that was more important, or like the best thing to do? I mean, is it because of vanity? Who created vanity? I think that's self-inflicted. Vanity is a self-inflicted ailment. I believe that, because if we did not have to worry about material things and comparing ourselves with other people who have more material things than us, then I don't think vanity would be that much of an issue. Okay, so let's take material things out. Um, would we then vanity? Would we then make it vanity with nature? Like, oh, I have the biggest oak tree. I don't know. So maybe it's in here where vanity starts, in your heart, and how you perceive things, and how you measure yourself up to others. Why are you measuring yourself up to others? That's what I want to know. And this is in general. Why do we feel like we have to measure ourselves up to others? Hmm. Now, I know a lot of people who, if they knew what they understood to be the legacy that they were leaving for others, would they actually be proud of that? Are you currently proud of the legacy that you are leaving right now, currently? Because remember, no matter, even if you're alive or not alive, you're still leaving imprints in the world, and it's impacting the world in certain ways. Wow, imagine that. We are currently impacting the world. We are impacting the world with the energy that we use. We are impacting the world with how we take care of our trees and our roadways and basically of nature. We are leaving an impact with, of course, other human beings. And this is what is impacting the world. These are the things that are creating life experiences and changing the world. Great, right? Now that you think about that, that's pretty deep, don't you think? Like what we are doing right now on Hello World is changing the world. Because when we're not live, these videos are permanent, or until YouTube maybe decides to delete them, if they ever do. But this is leaving access to anyone who wants to share the video, with others. And then when someone watches it, that is definitely leaving an impact in the world. This is deep, guys. This is really deep. I think at the end of the day, it all sums up to how we decide to live each day and the amount of thought we put into living each day. I think that's really important. When we first wake up in the morning, I hear that whatever the first few things you do or think about is how the rest of your day will flow. So kind of monitor that tomorrow morning when you wake up. Think about the first few things that you think about, and then how the rest of your day ends up being. Monitor that. See what you come up with. See, for me, when I wake up in the morning, first thing I'm thinking about is getting dressed. I don't stop to like really stop and stretch. Like I'll say thank you God for waking me up and thank you for, health and wealth. Oh, I do that, but it's not like a long period of time. I just keep moving. So maybe that's why my days are always moving because that's what I do. First thing in the morning, I just wake up and start moving. I don't stop and just reflect. I don't give myself time to stop and reflect because I want to fill every second of the day with something. So maybe I could try one day not to do that and see what happens. See if that changes the course of my day. So recommend and I challenge you all to do the same thing too. See how your day goes by changing um, a few things, changing how you think. Now, when I drive, another known fact is I drive with no music, no radio on. Um, it just became a personal. It just became a personal preference. Preference. It's not for anything. It's not that I don't like music because I do love music, but it's just I feel like I can think more when I have nothing playing in the background. I feel like I can. I don't know. Maybe I'm more at peace. I don't know. I don't know. That's just me. What do you guys do when you're driving in your vehicles? Do you listen to music? Do you talk on the phone? What do you do? Because it ties together. That's part of leaving a legacy. Because how you do and what you're doing is affecting someone else. Hmm. Think about it, guys. Imagine if I woke up every day and started blasting music like a lunatic. That will affect other people that I'm around and that I live with. It will definitely affect them. How if it's going to be negative or positively, I don't know. I've never tried that because I feel like when you respect people and their spaces and all that, then you don't necessarily know if that's something that they will appreciate. So you just don't do it. So what kind of legacy you guys leaving? These are plantain chips. Are you aware of the things that you do? Are you fully aware of those things? Are you trying to become more aware of how you do things? Are you trying to be more aware of um, how we treat each other? Like when you are aware of people, like let's just say you're in a circle, when you are aware of how some people are, their likes and dislikes, then you'll try your best not to do the dislikes, but do more of the likes, right or wrong. And that is also part of leaving a legacy because you leave an imprint and people remember, wow, whether they say it or not or recognize it or not. The imprint that you leave is that you're concerned and you are taking the time to consider their feelings. And that in turn will have them react a certain way to you. That is part of leaving a legacy. Every day, inch by inch by inch by inch by inch, we are leaving different pieces of legacy for the world, because that little piece of you is now imparted in someone else. And now they are taking that little piece that is imparted in them to another person, and then another person. And that's when the chain reaction begins. So will change inevitably happen for the world in a positive way? Absolutely. Keep in mind the legacy you're leaving, the legacy you are living, and also how you treat yourself is very important. Is definitely very important. So I ask you this: what legacy are you leaving? If it's not important to you to leave a legacy, you are missing the whole point of living. This ties back to the You're a Gift talk we had the other day. Also, back to it is possible. We talked about that the other day. This is not a game. Living is not a game. It is super important how we guide our lives, and to realize that it is something that is impactful. Like even the little things that you do, all of this stuff that we do here on Hello World is impactful. The conversations that you submit and chats that you say, that's impactful. That is part of leaving a legacy. Think about it. Is your vision board, does it have anything that in that includes leaving a legacy for others? Look at it. Does that include others? Does it? Guys, I think every day we need to remember how important it is that the air that we breathe out, and what we show people who we are is so important, because that is changing the course of our world. It is absolutely changing the course of our world. Your legacy is so important. It always has been and it always will be. So definitely take time to leave something good. So I need your feedback, guys. Remember, Hello World is all about chatting about everything and anything. It is never meant to hurt or harm. It is meant to encourage and inspire. It is meant to uplift. So if I step on your toes at any point of the time, then it might be something that you need to work out in your life. Hmm. Never be hurt by anything that is said, because it's not meant to be hurtful. My intentions are always made to encourage. So if you feel at some point in time that what I am saying is not encouraging, then maybe it's something inside of you that is having a hard time or being challenged not to receive it. So, again, I know we all perceive things differently, and that's our right to do. That's what we were built and born to do. But think about it. If it hurts you, then maybe it's something that you need to work out. Definitely think about it. Hello, world isn't just about fun and games, it's about doing something good. And this is part of my legacy that whoever I reach, whoever you allow me to reach as well, that is something that I want to let people know that you are amazing, you are beautiful, you are worthy of everything good. Yes, we are human. Yes, we have bad times. Yes, we have discouragements. That is all part of life. That is all normal. But being able to not stay in that moment too long, that's what I'm about. Don't stay in those moments too long of discouragement, despair, worry. Don't stay in it too long. When we build each other up, then we are definitely doing something good. That is part of leaving a legacy, building each other up, having a heart where if you see someone else is doing better than you, that doesn't faze you or bother you. You're happy. Do you know how much more good you do when you just show someone that you're thankful and that you are happy for them? That is part of the legacy that you're leaving, that no matter where somebody is going in life, if you're not there and you wish to be there, it doesn't bother you, it doesn't faze you. Is it hard to leave a good legacy? No, I don't think so. It's your daily interactions that keep on leaving legacies. What will people remember you most by? Think about it, because that will begin the story of your life. Are you happy with the story of your life at this point? Can other people say that the story of your life is amazing right now? I don't think you have to necessarily have all of these terrible hard times to say in the end that you had a good legacy. I don't think so. I really don't. It could be as simple as just you had a decent life all your life, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you had a hard life and then everything turned out decent, there's nothing wrong with that either. It's just the paths that we decide to take. That's what determines how bumpy your legacy will be or how level your legacy will be. Start writing stuff down, guys. Maybe you might want to keep a living legacy journal so that whatever you leave behind when we all leave this earth, that writing that you wrote, as long as someone preserves it, that will go on forever and ever and ever and ever. Doesn't that sound amazing? I think that's amazing. Write down everything today. Start writing your life. So if people aren't clear about things, then now they know the truth because it's from you. There's so many ways you can preserve your writing. You can upload it on the computer, you can upload it on social media, you can upload it into book form, you can upload it um, anywhere. So leave a legacy that will help this world continue to go higher. Because I feel like the world will go higher. When I say higher, like happier, more fulfilled, how we treat each other is better. That's what I mean about the world being higher. Doesn't that make you feel good to know that it is an actual possibility for the world to be in a better state that it is in? Imagine if we stopped promoting all of the, negative things that we hear on a daily basis. When I say promoting, yes, you promote it. You talk about it, right? That's promotion. If you're on social media, you retweet it, right? Or repost it, right? That's promotion. You just keep the story going and going and going. That's what we do. Don't even realize it. So maybe we should start promoting all of the good things. Your neighbor does something kind, promote that. Talk about it. Share it. This is how people see there is more good that's going on in the world than all the bad that we keep on sharing. I believe there's a lot of good going on in our world. It's just is not highlighted as much. So it's up to us to highlight all of the legacy leaving things that are happening right now. Let your contribution be beautiful. Let it be great. So I'm telling you right now, and I'm asking you right now, what is your legacy? Are you proud of the legacy that you've left so far? If you're not proud of it, that's okay. You're still here, right? So you can change it. That's the beauty of living day by day and understanding. Yes, you need to be prepared for things. You need to have a plan and an action, a course of action. Yes. But when you live day by day and put into action all of the things that you believe to be true, meaning being good to people, being good to yourself, being kind to your community, being kind to your nature, well, being kind to nature. I'm going to show you something real quick. You see this plant? I received this plant a year ago. When I received this plant, it pretty much was like a baby root. And look at how it sprouted. Look at how lively it is. This is a bamboo plant. I don't even know when I should repot it. But this is the legacy that I've left for this plant. You see how I've cared for nature and it keeps on growing. Look at this. It is beautiful. I love this plant. I talk to it, I feed it with water. And look at the new leaves that are coming up. Look at the new branches that are sprouting. Look at how beautiful the green it is. I've only cut some of the brown parts off once. And I think it was because maybe I kept it in the window during the winter too long, and then it started getting cold, and the leaves started dying out, but I haven't really cut it. I when I water it, I let the water drain on the leaves and I let it drain on the root and I fill it up. But look at that. This was a present that I received a year ago. And let's just say it was like a baby. Like it started here. And I wish I had a before and after picture. I love this plant. I will nurture this plant wherever I go. This plant is going to come with me everywhere I go. And I'm going to probably going to try to take it to a plant store to see when I should repot it because it's been in this little pot for a year now, and I'm sure the roots are like pretty deep and long and maybe needs more room. But this is the legacy that I've left thus far. This legacy has proved that I'm doing justice to it because it's grown in a positive way. It has not died. I love this plant. So guys, it's that simple. It's simple. That's proof alone that I've nurtured it, I've cared for it, and now because of what I've done, that result is it is grown into something so beautiful. Now imagine that with other human beings, starting from infancy and nurturing and caring for them. Okay, it's not a plant. Human beings talk back, human beings, but that's okay. Everybody has a moment in life where they just need to talk back, but it doesn't mean that what you've put inside hasn't rooted and is growing along with that person. That is your legacy. To every parent out there, you are amazing. If you are truly trying, you are amazing. And it will show in the actions of your offspring. What about the children who go bad and not the way you wish? I just think that's the choices that individuals make. But it doesn't mean that you didn't try, right? So, parents, if any parent watching this, if you truly are doing your best, you absolutely are leaving a legacy. Your living legacy is being imparted in that child or adult, whatever, is important. Just like how I care for that plant, it's important how we care for each other. Guys, remember to like, share, subscribe, turn on your notification bell so you don't miss a thing or a day. I am here every single night from 7 to 9. When I say 7 to 9, that means I start between that time, those hours. So if you don't see me on here by 8:30, just and know that I'll be on before 9 p.m. And however long we decide to chat is however long we decide to chat. But leaving your legacy or leaving a legacy for our world is so important. Every step you take, that's all. Every breath you make, you are leaving a legacy. Are you happy with what you've done thus far? And if you're not, that's okay because you can always start right? You have air in your lungs, right? You have a mind, right? Start from where you are. That's absolutely fine. But for me, my living legacy is how I try to do every day. The people that I encounter, I want to make sure if they, not for anything, were having a miserable time or day, or even if they were having a great day, I want them to know that your life just got a little better because I was in it. And that makes me feel good. I don't need a material thing in the world. It's nice to have, for sure. It's nice to be able to provide. Absolutely. That's part of leaving a legacy, providing for others. If you have a family, that's part of leaving a legacy. Oh, and I take that seriously. Another thing, the reason why you guys never hear me talk about personal relationships is because it's what it is, it's personal. And I like to keep certain things and people, parts of my life to myself because I like to preserve that. That's part of my privacy. I like to preserve that because it's between me and someone else or me and a few people. That's part of just something that I don't want to share. So if you never see me in pictures of a loved one, it's because I don't want to necessarily have them in the spotlight like that. Because unless they want to be, that's fine. But you will never hear me talking about any personal relationships in that way because it's not necessary. It's not necessary at the time until I'm married. Anything can change. Well, even when you're married, things can change. But anyhow, yeah, that's just one thing that I like to keep to myself because I take it that serious and that sacred that it's not necessary for me to always share those parts of my life. So um, that is why you never hear me talking about anyone in particular. Um, so yeah. Um, what is your legacy? If I ever have children, I would probably not want them in the public eye either, just to protect them for that reason. Children are so important in this world. You have to nurture them and take care of them and keep them in a place of innocence as long as possible, but not dumb, for lack of other words. And I know people can criticize, and if you criticize my child, adopted or not, I would, you don't mess with my family. That's just it. There's very few things that upset me, but if you mess with my family or my loved one, you're going to be in big trouble. And that's why I prefer not to talk about, those things. So in any event, my legacy is definitely important. I pride myself in leaving a good legacy because why would you want somebody to have more negative things to talk about in this world? Why? Part of leaving your legacy. Your vision board, I keep on asking you guys all the time, have you worked on your vision board? Do you plan on working on a vision board? Do you even believe that you need to have a vision board? If you don't, then I don't know what to say. Part of changing for the better is to do the opposite of what you've already been doing that has not been working. Hey, aromatic suds. Hey, girl. You got to call in one day so we can talk. or plan a time to talk about your company, Hello World is all about everything and anything, and what you guys do, you and Body Garbage, what you guys do is important, I believe. So definitely that's something we need to explore one day. Aromatic suds leaves a legacy all the time. Like, um, if you look at her video, I think I had your information tagged in the description below. I believe I do. But if you look at her videos, they are part of leaving legacies. Like, she teaches you how she makes her soaps, the ingredients that she uses, and the health benefits of them. It's like work of arts. So you guys definitely should check her out. Um, but what is the legacy that you are leaving? Are you aware of the legacy that you're leaving? Become aware, guys. Spend more time becoming aware of your surroundings, becoming aware of yourself. If you've never spent time with understanding your true self, then that's the opposite that you need to do, which is to begin to understand and love yourself. Do you even know what it means to love yourself? That's also part of leaving a legacy. Will people say that you are loving, kind, and compassionate when when people talk about you? Does it warm their hearts? Because if it warms their hearts and they're talking about you, then they're spreading your legacy. Do we get it? Everything that we do is not under a microscope, but is leaving history. That is a legacy. So, what is history saying about you? Think about it. I want, at the end of my life, I want my history to have been so good that it impacted millions of people in a positive way. And those millions of people now have a heart filled with compassion, filled with love, and a deep understanding of what love is. And just are so willing to help each other. That is the history that I want to leave. Because if millions of people are exuding that type of energy and that type of mindset, by God, that's a million more people who are believing that the world changed. So if I am doing that now for anyone listening, watching, then I'm so thankful. It's not about the amount of things I can buy. It's the amount of the experience that I leave. Oh, because words hurt, as we know. Words have a way of changing the course of anyone's life. Absolutely. They may not tell you, but it does change. What is your legacy? Guys, I think that that is about it. I thank you for joining me on Hello World. Everything that every day that we meet, I hope that we can go deeper into understanding ourselves, loving who we are, and then imparting that in everyone we meet. We all scream for change. This is the change that we're doing now. So definitely turn on your notification bell, Share the videos because you never know who may need it, who may need to see or hear this or see our conversations. You have no idea. Just do your part and I will continue to do mine. I love you guys. I'm thankful that you're here with me every time, every night. I'm thankful that you dedicate some time to spend with me because that means a lot. And I'm thankful that I'm consistently trying my best to be here every single night, which I have been, except for one day because I was working overnight. But I'm thankful for you guys. I hope that you have a beautiful night, a beautiful day, a beautiful week. And I hope that you do your vision boards and become the difference that you want and have been wishing and desiring for. Love you guys. See you tomorrow night between 7 and 9.